Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Charlene, and this morning we are going to make hamburger soup and pressure can it. So I actually was doing a lot of prep work for the last few days, peeling the onions. The carrots were already peeled, so this morning I spent the morning part cooking the hamburger that's going to go in it. They're going to get fully cooked when they're in the soup, but I just like to get, when you start to cook hamburger, the blood, it starts to form that kind of yucky stuff. I don't want that in my soup, so I partially cook it. And then I cut up the onions and carrots and potatoes already just to save a step there. So we are going to start. So got clean jars, checked all the tops that there's no chips, and we are going to start by putting some hamburger in the bottom of each. Sip of some coffee first. I was awake since 4 this morning, so I need the coffee this morning. Okay, the next we're going to put about a handful of onions. We'll see how much we have left. There's lots left. I have another project I have to do, so it won't go to waste. This is such a great soup. I actually got this from my parents. They started to make this, so I thought I tried it, and I was really good. I was surprised. Carrots we're not going to put as much in, but you can put as much of whatever you like in here. I want to make sure that we can fit quite a bit of potatoes in this because that makes it a little bit more filling than with more carrots. Out of the way. And now on to the potatoes. Okay, you're going to fill these up to roughly right around the rim because we still have to put all the liquid in. You can push it down just a little bit. Okay, now we're going to put in the broth. The broth I made yesterday in preparation for today. So just to make today a little bit on the easier side. It's easy to plan ahead and do a few things the day before or days before. So I'm going to use another strainer. I did take the majority out, but there's always going to be, see, there's carrots in here from the broth. So I scraped off as much of the oils that I could, but you can never get them all out. You can, if you'd like, put some salt on the top, maybe about a teaspoon if you'd like, or just do what I do, and when you're going to cook it, that's when I add the salt. So these make a really great quick dinner. You just open 1 or 2 of these, bring them to a complete boil, add in some cornstarch to thicken it, like almost like a stew, add your salt and pepper, and like that, in minutes you got it. A quick meal. So I always like to have some of these on the shelf. So you get little air pockets throughout, and this kind of just releases the air pockets. And you can also push down your product in here a little bit and give yourself a little more room, and you might be able to add. There's a big pocket. There's a big pocket at the bottom there. I'm going to move down some of this beef so that I can add more something else to this one. Oh, Okay, those looks full enough. Okay, so the next step is going to be, I have the lids all set and ready. I got to get a cloth too. Actually, I'll use one of these. Got to be a lot more careful with when you have a lot of grease on here. Okay, we are going to be doing the hamburger now. I made way too much just for the hamburger soup, so I am just going to can just hamburger and the beef broth, but we still have some beef broth left. So that's perfect. So you just fill these up again, just up to about the shoulder there. These you can push down a little bit. So I just wanted to share with you guys why you would want to put canned meat on your shelf. First of all, canned meat can last on your shelf anywhere from 2 to 5 years. They recommend 2 years, but I've read other places up to 5. If you ever have a power outage, and we know some places have had power outages for extended period of time, this food's not going to go bad due to that. It's definitely handy for convenience of just grabbing a can instead of having to grab a frozen pack of hamburger and defrosting it, then having, that half an hour or so of cooking and frying it. This way, when you pull it off the shelf, it's fully cooked and you just need to warm it up. So you throw it in a soup. If you want it a little more crispy for some of the recipes, you can fry it up first. It's very, very convenient. When I run out of this and I haven't made more, I find that it's pain because I've gotten so used to having this on hand. So I would definitely recommend this, and chicken are the two that I find I like to have the meats on hand. Almost at the bottom, and hope that I don't spill it everywhere. I've done that before. Okay, yeah, see? Always making a mess. Alrighty, let's try that again. There's just a little bit left. I'm not even going to bother to put that one in anything. Okay. And of course it fell and didn't land in my tray. Okay. Same process. We're going to wipe the rims. Now the beef broth doesn't actually take that long to pressure can. It's only 25, I think it's 25 minutes. I'll double check. I think it's only 25 minutes and it's an hour and a half for the beef. So I'm still going to put it in just because one jar is not worth the time it would take just to bring everything up to a boil. So we're going to put it in anyways. It can just cook in there for extra longer. It's not going to hurt it. But since our other hamburger soup is still in there, we are just going to push these aside. And you know what I didn't do is I didn't debubble again. See, mistake I made. All right, I'm going to go back and debubble and then do this again. But I'm going to rewipe this time. Okay, and why do I do that all the time? Just why? So the day got away from me and I didn't take any more video, but we ended up with 7 soups, 5 hamburgers, and 1 broth. Pretty good, I think.